videos, y'all. Let me read some comments. The name of this video was Is a capitalist socialist economy inevitable? Comments. I find it telling that public discourse used to refer to the population as citizens, but at some point the language changed to consumers. It was such a subtle change that few noticed, but language matters, particularly language that repeated again and again over time. Let me read another one. It says, "We have a joyless economy." Spot on. We've created a society on which few are genuinely happy. We've become nothing but consumers. Another comment. I'm a month away from 65. I remember Reagan firing the air traffic controllers, and I remember arguing with friends who supported him that he was turning workers against workers and that we needed to stand together. I watched the collapse of the middle class. I'm sitting here wondering how different my life would have been if it hadn't happened. Not financially. I've never really been someone who desired wealth. I mean, emotionally. How would I be different today if I hadn't seen so many people hurt by this economy? I can deal with having less things. It's the loss of happiness that really bothers me. Wow, that's heavy. The joyless economy is so poetic. One phrase to encompass why I've avoided full-time jobs my whole life, while I watch people give their whole life away to be old men who didn't enjoy the majority of their waking life. Let me read another one. Students who acquire large debts putting themselves through school are unlikely to think about changing society. When you trap people in a system of debt, they can't afford the time to think. Tuition fee increases are a disciplinary technique, and by the time students graduate, they're not only loaded with debt, but have only internalized the disciplinary culture. This makes them efficient components of the consumer economy. Noam Chomsky. Another comment. I believe we need to make education free for all. An intelligent democratic society is a society that is able to make intelligent decisions. And amen to that, because I think it should just be free and people should be able to study whatever the hell they want to study. And the world would change. People are more educated. They'll know more. They'll make better decisions. It's real simple. They'll create new devices. They'll create new economies. Let me read some more. It always amazes me that when you look to the products of humanity, the arts, music, film, literature, etc., there's a reoccurring message of the little guy fighting for justice and freedom from the big bad oppressive force. People love that stuff. Yet when they turn around and argue politics and economics, they forget about it all and fall in line with what they've been told. They will go along with an idea that they see with their own eyes does not work and feel ashamed if they even think to question, let alone reject what they know to be a lie. It's quite an excellent brainwashing. Oh my God. These are some intelligent comments right here. Let me read some more. More people should know about this. All through school, I was taught about how evil socialism and communism was. Anything can be bad when employed wrong. Capitalism can be bad when done wrong. Doesn't mean that it can't work. I believe a capitalist socialistic mix is what we're heading towards. There should be a bare minimum for country citizens that we could all expect. It used to be that way. Now a full-time job gets you 2 roommates in California. My apartment in Sacramento requires you to make $6,050 a month for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to ensure you could afford the rent before moving in. That's a lot of money for most, and most starting jobs here won't pay you anywhere near that much starting off. $15 an hour minimum wage, 40 hours a week is $2,400 a month gross. It's sad. So many are without and are struggling. Yes, that makes me think about something right here, because I was gonna mention this earlier because it was a post I posted, but the numbers are a bit off. But I be doing that all the time. Like, I'm careful about what I repost, but if it's the numbers being off, I ain't tripping on that, because I just feel like, we need to focus on the ideas. We don't have to get caught up in the numbers all the time. But the basic idea is what's important. Let me share this, and we're going to come back to that. Like the names, who cares whose name it is or who's, I want to know what they said. I want to think about the ideas. I don't want to memorize that person's name. So, okay, this one was a post. Can y'all see this? Let me double check. Okay. My fucking glasses are cloudy. It says cost of rent in Texas, average one-bedroom apartment up 30%. Minimum wage needed $18.79 an hour or $39K a year. It says current minimum wage in Texas is $7.25, and then it says 105-hour work week needed to afford one-bedroom apartment. So that's where the numbers get kind of crazy right there. But the point is valid. Okay, the current minimum wage is $7.25. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody knows the rents have been going up everywhere, including here. So that's what matters. Let me see. Oh, I thought that was the. Okay. Anyways, I didn't put anything else. I typed my post that said the pinch is in, and being homeless will land you in jail in Texas. So it's like you see how the rent is so high, right? And then they're cracking down on the laws related to being homeless. It kind of seems like a coordinated thing, does it not? Are these things not related to the other? Shit. Oh shit. I'm pressing buttons way too fast, y'all. I'm sorry. I want to go back to the video captions. Okay. Another comment. It says, I look forward to a future where our basic needs are taken care of. I think more people will be creative and artistic with the confidence that their work doesn't need to make them money. That's what I was saying earlier. And then if they're not stressed like that, then who knows what they're going to create? Somebody's going to create something that's going to blow everybody's mind if they had time to freaking do it. Let me read some more. It says 1620, that's a timestamp. Politicians create an enemy for you with language to blame instead of a policy to create the necessary change. Politicians create an enemy for you with language to blame instead of a policy to create the necessary change. And that's what's happening. You see in the media, and it's like, like earlier, I played the clip Trump, Biden, so you could just blame them. Oh, it's Biden. Oh, it's Trump. Let me read some more. It says, harm in the billions and good in the millions. I absolutely love that quote. I will have to use this. Another one, inevitable, it's already here. Just ask yourself who gets bailed out when capitalism fails. This level of wealth inequality hasn't been seen since the pharaohs. We already have a capitalist socialist system. It's called corporate welfare. Profits are privatized. Losses are paid for by everyone else. Oh my God. Let me read it again. We already have a capitalist socialist system. It's called corporate welfare. Profits are privatized. Losses are paid for by everyone else. If you don't understand that, look that shit up. Let me read some more. It says, exactly. They blame the others instead of providing a policy in which people can thrive again to close the ever-growing gap of classes. A lot of people I know who drive for Uber or any number of low-skilled jobs, they are highly intelligent and skilled people who don't have a niche in this economy. The vast majority of humans never gets to realize their potential because of the way the economy expects people to have limited roles, be scripted, show absolute conformity to the boss, and relegate their talents to outside office hours when people have spent most of their energy at work and have to give whatever they have left to raising the kids. Whew. These are very intelligent comments. Let me read some more. We are so good at analyzing and talking, but I'm tired of all this. I want change. Let's move on from discussion and start taking action for the sake of the world. Doom, 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 doom. A revolution, bro. Bubbling. They come around every now and then. We got one coming, bro. It's happening. This one's gonna be global. It's gonna be a global revolution. I hope I get to see it. Let me read some more. It says, it always was inevitable. Those that think otherwise simply don't yet understand the consequences of innovation on what is economically viable. There are unfortunately people that would likely advocate in defense of feudalism or slavery if they lived during such times when they were economically dominant strategies. Okay, that's the kind of shit be trying to get people to understand, and they really don't get it. I don't think. I really don't think so. Oh, yeah, man. Freaking revolution. I hope I do get to see it. I hope I get to see it. You know, you can't just keep doing this. You can't have this system. You can't have this model in place for too long. Like we was talking about in the show about how like what doesn't work and people pretend that something works when it doesn't. It's just you gotta wiggle it. You gotta press it hard. You gotta say hallelujah, alhamdulillah, and then it'll work. It's like, and then they tell you they like it must be you. It's you. You the reason why it's not working. It works just fine for me. Teddy, Tommy, come over here. Does this thing work for y'all too? Yeah, it work. Oh, it must be you. Something wrong with you. You the problem. It's not. It's not the system. It's not the machine. The machine ain't broke. It's you. Something wrong with you. Anyways, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep on this exponential growth. You know what I'm saying? Unlimited, infinite, exponential growth. That's doesn't apply really in nature. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep polluting the environment. You can't keep screwing over people and lying to them and telling them that stir-fried shit is filet mignon. You can't keep doing that. At some point, there'll be a tipping point. There always is. I remember when I was a kid and I was thinking about this because something popped up on my timeline and it was talking about the wall, the Berlin Wall. I remember when I was a kid, it was on live TV when the wall came down. And it wasn't like a war. It wasn't like, it was a super dramatic event. The whole world was watching it. But it wasn't death and people shooting and stuff. It was really soft. And I think that's how things really happen. Like, it's that tide, it's the sand. You can't stop the sand, you can't stop the wind blowing. So it was like, I remember I was a kid, this was in the 80s, and somebody just like, they started picking at the wall. The people just had enough. And they just started picking at the walls with their hands and with little tools and little things that they had available. You know, no heavy machinery or nothing. Like, this is a brick wall, and these people are just chipping at it away. And I remember somebody got one brick out of it. I'm watching this on live TV. Somebody removed one brick. They had been chipping on it with like a spoon or some fucking shit. And they removed one brick. And it was like people on the other side of the wall, because see, the wall after the war, you know, they built the wall and they separated people. These were families that couldn't even see each other after the war, you know, because they were separated by this freaking stupid ass wall. And so, anyways, they pulled the one brick out the wall, and the person reached their hand through the wall, and it was a loved one on the other end. Loved ones were like touching and shaking hands, people that they hadn't seen in a long ass time because of this damn wall. It was super, super touching, and I could feel the power in that event. Even as a child, I'm like, this is big, this is huge, this is major, you know. And that's what I'm saying, though. I think that we go through cycles, and you know, that wall had to go, you know, and the people had enough. And then so in the world, we got this wall on the world. It's like this freaking fake ass wall, this fake ass world that they got us all freaking in. We were scrolling and looking at our TikToks, Instagram, fucking Snapchat, Twitter, Reddit, whatever you want to input your favorite thing here. They got us all on this shit, and freaking this wall has to come down. The revolution is going to happen. At some point, people are going to be like, enough is enough. I'm tired of being separate. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of them giving, got me on this hamster wheel for no fucking reason. I'm tired of not being able to be creative. I'm tired of going to this stupid ass job and doing this monotonous ass, pointless ass fucking labor. Anyway.
Yeah. Just woke up.
Mad interesting to me. I was about to go to sleep and this just woke me up. Y'all, I think I'm a wrap it.